Let's move on now to other stories. South Sudanese rebels, led by former Vice President Riek Machar, have dismissed the national dialogue announced by President Salva Kiir yesterday. The group says in a statement that, quote, "This is yet another campaign by the regime in Juba to derail the peace process beyond salvation." Yesterday, President Kiir announced the dialogue and unilateral ceasefire. He said everyone could take part in the talks except Mr. Machar, although he would be welcome to send a delegation. This apparently did not go down well with the former vice president. The rebels welcomed the ceasefire call but questioned the sincerity, accusing the president of reneging on previous ceasefire deals. The civil war, which began in December 2013, has displaced millions of people in a country now facing famine. At least 3 people have died in the northern Ivorian city of Bouaké after a clash erupted between police and former rebels. The former rebels were angry that while some current soldiers who were at one time rebels have received bonus payments, they are yet to receive any money. The former rebels, known as the Demobilized, started a protest on Monday to demand their share of the bonuses. Reports say another 20 people are being treated for injuries at the main hospital in Bouaké, a city that has been at the center of unrest this year, caused by disgruntled soldiers and former combatants who took part in a 2011 civil war. Zimbabwean opposition leader Morgan Tsvangirai says President Robert Mugabe will be spared prosecution for alleged atrocities if he steps down and retires from active politics immediately. He made the comments at a political rally saying the 93-year-old president needs to pass on the baton. He, however, acknowledged that Mr. Mugabe has done some right for the country. Mr. Tsvangirai, who is working on an opposition coalition with former Vice President Joyce Mujuru to take on the ruling ZANU-PF in next year's election, says a strong team is needed to build trust if they are to succeed. Ethiopia's former Foreign Minister Tedros Adhanom is contesting to become the next head of the UN's World Health Organization. Mr. Tedros is facing 2 challenges in the election: David Nabarro from the UK and Sania Nishtar, a former health minister in Pakistan. Mr. Tedros' candidacy is being backed by the African Union, but it's not without controversy. He has been accused of covering up 3 cholera epidemics in Ethiopia, but his supporters say that this is a deliberate effort to smear him. Ethiopian opposition groups are also critical of Mr. Tedros. They accuse the government of human rights abuses and believe that through the WHO vote, it's trying to raise the country's diplomatic profile. Meanwhile, the outgoing WHO Director General Margaret Chan says that the UN Health Agency's response to fight the 2014 Ebola outbreak in West Africa, in which more than 11,000 people were killed, was too slow. The outbreak began in December 2013 in West Africa, affecting the 3 countries of Liberia, Guinea and Sierra Leone during nearly 20 months. Chan, who has headed the organization for 10 years, says that she is personally accountable for this failure. But she added that it has led to the reform of the UN agency as well as development of the first Ebola vaccine and new health emergencies programs.
WHO was too slow to recognize that the virus, during its first appearance in West Africa, would behave very differently than during past outbreaks in Central Africa, where the virus was rare but familiar and containment measures were well rehearsed. This happened on my watch, and I am personally accountable. I saw it as my duty as your Director General to do everything possible to ensure that a tragedy on this scale will not happen again. History will judge whether the new emergencies program has given the world a stronger level of protection. The world is better prepared, but not nearly well enough.
Still to come on Network Africa. A Somali student successfully challenges culture and poverty to enroll at the university. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.